Is it possible to heal your familial relationships? In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess X Goh, and I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on the latest insight into trauma recovery. If you got any nuggets of gold from this video, please give it a like, comment below what you got from it, and any questions you may have. And share it with your loved ones who need to hear this. I know what it's like to be in your shoes. Will I ever have a family again? Why is it that they are the ones that they can never own their stuff? Why can't they get themselves together, do the inner work, have awareness on the impacts of their choices and decisions that has impacted my life? Why is it so difficult for them to respect my boundaries, to have a heart-to-heart, honest, authentic conversation about the past? I've been there and done that. And I have pushed my family members away from me, cut them off, avoided them, judged them, forced them to think a certain way to fit into my world, and criticizing them for their choices. What went wrong is the approach that I had with them, and that is operating from the spiritual ego. Seeing the distance between our ways of awareness and how we deal with things. And that puts me on a pedestal that I know more than they do, that I am better than them because I'm actually doing the inner work and they're not. And through the spiritual ego, it divides, not unites us together. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you, it's because I can definitely tell you that it is possible to heal your familial relationships no matter what. As long as you have a strong desire and intention to have your family back from a place of love. And through this experience, I can definitely tell you that I have successfully got my family back. I didn't force them to. I didn't put any threats, and I'm not sucking up to them. I am coming in to the container with an open heart. And for me to be able to do that, I need to first and foremost do that for myself before I can show up for my family members with love, without conditions, but from a place of compassion. And so I'm going to share with you how that looks like and feels like from my experience. And I have helped many of my clients rebuild their relationship with their abusive parents. And what is the most important thing is tuning into what is in the way of love right now for you. And I can definitely tell you it's by holding onto the identity that we are the victims and that we need to blame our family members where they went wrong and where they didn't own their stuff. And this is where we get it wrong, is through the approach of the victim. Because from that approach to our relationships of any kind, because it does ripple out into all relationships, in the way we experience ourselves, we also do this to ourselves. And we're blocking ourselves from receiving love by judging constantly where things failed, where things went wrong, where we've made mistakes, and where we're not able to reconcile. When you are able to let go of being the victim of your own story, and yes, there is your truth in it, but it's not the whole truth. Not everyone can see where you're coming from because everyone has their own versions and experiences of the truth. Even if it's distorted, it's still their versions of the truth, and they're entitled to that because that's their experience. Who am I to judge my mother for being manipulative towards her children because she was in fear that we won't have a home due to my dad's threats? Who am I to judge? I have never been in that position before. That was the choice that she made to keep the family home, is to tolerate the domestic violence. Who am I to judge? It's not easy to be my mother. So, let go of the judgment. Let go of being the victim. By processing your pain, feel into the full depths of the hatred, the anger, the resentment, the shame, the guilt, the grief, the loss. Feel into that and purge it out with love and softness, and see yourself, meet yourself there with love, compassion, and softness. And if you're able to do that for yourself, you are able to do that for your family members. That's what I had to go through to get my ego, my blockages, my traumas out of the way of love, is to first reclaim where I went wrong in this. Why I'm choosing to see my family members with anger, hatred, loss, and so forth. It's because I'm choosing to see myself through the lens of the victim. So first and foremost, you need to honor and feel into the pain of the victim through compassion and love, as well as self-forgiveness. The second thing is to tune in and tap into, what does love look and feel like? How can I show up for love? And when I tuned in to that, showing up for love is to send a text to my brother to let him know that I'm thinking of him. And my ego is holding me back from sending that text, expecting that he won't reply, leading me to feeling disappointed. But if I choose love, love will always show me the way how I can love myself even more. And when I finally sent my brother a text message to wish him a Merry Christmas, even though it was a day later because my ego was holding me back, even though in my heart I really wanted to, I showed up for love. And he sent me a text to wish me a Merry Christmas too, and that he wanted to meet me in Adelaide and take me out for dinner at a nice Italian restaurant. I did not expect that at all. And that's because I choose to show up for love. So tune in, look and feel into your vision of love. What does that look and feel like? What actions do you need to take to make that happen without any attachments or expectations? Maybe showing up for love is to finally reach out to a family member that you cut off and say, I forgive you. I forgive you. And I'm sorry for cutting you out of my life. I'm so sorry for being so angry at you. I'm so sorry for pushing you away. And I would like to have an adult conversation around this to clear the air for both of us. So the conversation isn't just about you, it's also for them too. A relationship is a two-way street. It's not just about you. It's a two-way street. If you want to be seen and heard, you need to also do that for the other person. And lastly, how can you reframe your experiences with your loved ones moving forward? If they are in their programming again, how can you see their programming with love? For example, when my mum messages me with so many family photos and videos that I'm just not interested in because it's her family, her relatives, I let her know, please don't send me these photos and videos, I'm not interested. And sometimes it might take a few messages for her to get that, and then I would have to send her a voice message and she'll finally get it because she can hear the sternness and firmness in my voice. When my mum gets caught up in negativity such as worry, scarcity, poverty, criticism of myself, because it's her projection, I just let her know that I thank her for her concerns, and to respond, not react to her programming from a place of compassion. Having compassion that she hasn't done the inner work, she doesn't have awareness. This is where she's at. I can't expect her to be this perfect mother that I see in the movies. That's so unfair and unrealistic of me to do so. And for me to do so, I am causing my own suffering by putting my dysfunctional mother on a high benchmark for her to be this loving, healthy, kind, compassionate, generous, nurturing mother that I want her to be. It's so unrealistic and unfair. By letting go of this false idea of what I want her to be and accepting her where she's at, I am at peace with her by doing that, because I'm finally accepting reality. This is where my mum is at. This is all she can give me. She can only give me a short 10-minute phone call. She can only see me face to face for 40 minutes maximum. This is all my mum can handle when it comes to love with her daughter. And to not take it personal, because there's so much trauma and fear and anxiety, as well as abandonment that's showing up for her. And she doesn't have the capacity to hold space to connect with me in the way that I would like to connect with her. And that's okay. So through love and showing up consistently every single day for love, I know it's not easy, but to do that, you will find that things will shift and transform and change in ways that you never thought would be possible with your family members. I never thought that I would have a relationship with my estranged brother. I thought he was done with me. I thought he would never forgive me after sending him an email of my apology where I went wrong, and also sharing with him where that outburst came from. And he didn't know where my traumas were coming from until I had to tell him. Through vulnerability, honesty, and authenticity, it brings people closer to you. And that has been my breakthrough in all of this, is to be willing to be vulnerable, to be willing to be courageous, to be willing to show up for love, and to have faith in love. That love guides all of us. And in some ways, it's harder for some people than it is for others. And it's a process. Rebuilding and healing our familiar relationships don't happen overnight. It takes years to rebuild it. It has taken me a long time to get to this point that I have now with my mother and my brother. I really hope that this video inspires you, that healing your familial relationships is possible when you are no longer broadcasting the frequency of trauma in your karmic relationships with them. If you would like to get started, you can join me for my Firehorse Chinese Inner Child Healing Circle, where I'm going to help you and guide you to reclaim fragmented versions of you into coherence, alignment, alchemy, to come back to love into your heart. And if you like to learn more about that, book your spot or attend the replay if you can't join live, there's a link in the video description. You can also attend my workshops in London and in Adelaide if you would like to dive deeper. I have 3 different ones at the moment. And you can look into which one feels right for you. And you can also book a free clarity call if you have any concerns or questions around any of my workshops. If you prefer to work with me privately, then I offer my tailored 1-day trauma recovery retreat, just you and me, face-to-face or on Zoom, and I will create an experience to work through your concerns and goals in that 1-day retreat. If you want to take yourself to the next level, you can work with me in my 3-month container called Find Yourself and Trust, where you experience a breakthrough in different aspects of your life, to move mountains and find your you, to discover who you really are, the light that's in your heart. You will embody and become the person that you have always wanted to be, a life beyond trauma. So all the links are in the video description below if you feel the call to do so. And remember, love always wins. It's up to you now to decide to show up for love.